Morning, welcome back to Alan's Allotment. Great progress again, thanks to Tony and Andrew, my son-in-law. They came through and they've been sort of putting the finishing touches to the allotment for me, so that now I can pretty much just do little jobs and actually enjoy being here. Spin you around, we'll give you a quick look. Right, as you can see, we've got quite a number of plants to be planted out, and we need to get cracking. But now the allotment is all but finished, I can concentrate on this now. So we've got some rhubarb chard, got another cucumber here. It's a little mini munch one that needs to get in there. It's starting to get yellow, it's not getting enough nutrients out of there now. These are the aubergines I grew from seed. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but as you can see, there's 6 of them in total. Maybe my brother can make some use of those. That was my sweet corn that I tried to grow from seed, and I ended up with 4, 5, 6, 7 plants only. So I ended up buying some from Morrison's, and it was in a tray this size, and I potted it up, and as you can see, and there's a lot of plants in here. There's like 3 in some cells which we can split, so we need to get this planted out as well. We planted 9 dwarf French beans, and only 2 have germinated, so perhaps the seed's no good. We've been and got ourselves some supermarket basil, and we're going to plant that in the greenhouse in between the tomatoes and cucumbers. So I'll put 2 of them straight in as they are, and the third one I'll split up into smaller bunches and pot on to see if we can keep it alive, giving me more plants. I've still got some crimson crush to go out. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants there. I potted on the leeks, as you can see, and they're now coming along nicely. Probably ready to go out. Well, these ones are anyways. These are the lettuces, second succession of lettuces, and these are the winter density that Charles Dowding grows. And then I've still got a few flowers here. There's only 2 or 3 plants there, I think, to put in the greenhouse. And that's my 3rd sowing, and these are red spring onion in modules, and they want planted out as well. Right, let's take you over to the growing area and give you a look around. Before we do, these are the 4 cauliflowers we put in the pots. Look at the size of these now, guys, even just since that last video. I'm harvesting that last cabbage today, and look at the kale. Absolutely ginormous. Again, the spring onions are coming along nicely. The radish is almost ready for picking, and all the carrots are doing well, and these singular onions we put in between are coming up. When the radish comes out, we'll probably sow some more spring onion in there. Sarpo miras all coming along now, and I'll be taking the pak choi out of those pots and starting to use them. And then you'll notice the compost bins are actually over here now for collecting green material to store, and I'll show you why in a moment. Moving into the chicken pen, and we have some new hens. I was down to about 8 or 9, I think. Basically, I just keep my hens till they're geriatric. I've had them as old as 8, 9, 10 years old. Still laying as well, but only the occasional egg. So we were down to about 8. They've just been dying of old age, and we've lost about 4 or 5 over the last 6 weeks. So we've got all these ones. Someone was packing up and decided they wanted rid of all the hens, so we've got them. They're not laying yet. They'll take a few days to settle down and then they'll start laying. But we've got another 16 hens. There's a cockerel, lovely and tame, and they tend to keep themselves away. There's some in the shed actually in the nest box now. We've got a couple here. These are the originals. I only have one of the Morans left now. I'm seeing the hiding in the nettles there. I've got a funny feeling they're laying eggs in there. I'll have to check that later. Still got our wood to burn. But let's have a look in the garden now. And as you'll see, the garden is now finished. All the rubbish is gone, all the bags, all the weeds, everything, and all the wood chip is finished off. I've double heighted this one as well. I had one extra pallet left, and rather than just have another single pallet somewhere, I decided to make that one double height. Still need to line it with plastic like I did with these ones. Got the other garden bench here, garden seat here now. A little bit of tidying up to do still with pots, these pots to empty and stack away. Everything's all wood chip now. The lads put me another bed in here with these sleepers I've reclaimed. So these were some short sleepers, so I decided we would have this to put some little dwarf trees in and move them out of that bed down there. We'll put the dwarf trees in here. And then the lads put me this guttering up. And we've now got 3 new water bottles. I do still have some I need to cut the lids off. Excuse me. And basically they lift off, and these turned upside down once you've cut the lids off fit exactly on there, nice and snug. So that's 3. We'll get another 2, 3 in here, and there's a lot of water gets caught off. I'll get caught off this because it catches off the garage first, then onto here, and this catches it as well. So these should fill pretty quick when we get a couple of rainfalls that we're due to get sometime this week. I've took the 2 cloches off. I need to unscrew those and put them away for the time being. Potatoes all coming along lovely. The second earlies that went in are doing better than these. However, although these aren't tall, I do still expect a good crop of them, because they do in these beds tend to not grow as tall. Plus I'm growing newer varieties, so I'm not sure. Sorry guys, there's my other phone going. Sorry about that. And yeah, so we've now taken the covers off these broad beans. We've tied them up, cane staked them. These are the cauliflowers. Sorry, these are the cabbage, the other spring cabbage. There's only 5, we lost 1 when the cover blew off. And then just the other side we've got 6 cauliflowers and some more broad beans there. All in flower for the insects and the bees. I put my runner beans out way too early. There's a few more pak choy here we need to take as well. And then we've got 4 kale here. They struggled a bit because they were really wet, but I can see the peas are now starting to flower as well. And the runner beans are starting to climb now round the teepee. So, what we need to do today, you'll see the wire that I've been moving from A to B to B to A to A to B. I've now just sat it in the backside of this bed and put 1 tiny screw up there on an angle just to keep it against the fence. We're going to top this bed up now with the fresh compost we said we were going to do, and I'm going to sow peas right along the back. Then I'm going to put either 1 or 2 rows of carrots in front, or a row of carrots and perhaps some beetroot, I don't know yet, or maybe even some swede, some turnip. I haven't decided yet. These lettuces are all ready for harvesting now, and we're going to be using them up. That's the second sowing of onions I put in, and they're coming along now. Excuse me. The garlic's all doing fantastic. These are Swedes as well, but to be honest, I've learned a lesson with these beds. I've actually got 4, 8, 12, 16 in there. I did have 24 in last year, and I pulled a lot of them when they were only little wee ones, and the others grew on. But to be honest, it's not good to cramp them out that way. It's too many in the bed. So what we'll do, just in case we have a bad thing, we'll put some swede in there as well. Again, garlic and garlic. I will be pulling this shortly, weeding these beds and replanting. I want to get the sweet corn in as well, and I haven't decided where it's going yet, but we've got that partly weeded. I still haven't got that finished off yet. We need to fill this bed up here, fill this bed up here, and fill that bed up there. That one there, and the one in the back far corner that we created off the new fence that was put up as well. So we better get cracking. Right guys, that's a couple of these beds finished off. So we've got the compost in here now, up to the level we want. And we've got candle, sweet carrot, 2 rows, Calvert and Wonder peas all the way along the back. And then across the front row, just to see if these seeds are dove, I've put about, I think it's 20 dwarf French beans in there. So obviously the peas will grow the tallest, the carrots the next tallest, and then the dwarf beans at the front. So we'll see how that goes guys, if anything comes up. No reason why they shouldn't. And then we fill this bed as well, and we've moved the grapevine into this corner, which we're hoping to grow up here, across this fence, and then all the way down this fence here. In here I've got another row of dwarf French beans to use that packet up. Then I've got all the red spring onions I've just planted. And then we've got Calvert and Wonder peas again across the back of here. Right, another job jobbed. Let's crack on. Right guys, I've actually decided to call it a day. It takes it out of me humping and dumping those compost bags, I'm afraid. So, little and often, as they say. We'll get the rest of the beds filled up. Perhaps tomorrow, we'll see how it goes, and then we'll bring you along. So if you want to see the progress and see how we get on, then you can catch up with me in the next video. For now, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical, keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.